Tonight, we crack open the Ben Holladay Missouri Bourbon Whiskey. It worked. Welcome to the show. Well, you know, I've been seeing the Ben Holladay on several YouTube channels. I didn't even know it was available in the North Georgia area. And then I'm over at, Grapes and Grains in Alpharetta. And this was on the bottom of the shelf. I don't know why it was on the bottom of the shelf, but I'm going like, Ben Holladay? Really? And it's their 6-year, bottled in bond. And if you go to their website, holladaybourbon.com, I was amazed about how much information you can find on this bourbon. Oh my God. They talk about the story of it, and I won't read the whole thing, but basically this distillery, the Holladay Distillery, was founded in 1856, making it both the oldest distillery in the state of Missouri and the oldest distillery west of the Mississippi. Anyways, you go down and talk about the bottled in bond. And of course, you know what bottled in bond means. It's a product of a single distiller in a single season, aged a minimum of 4 years, bottled at 100 proof. Everyone should know that if you're a bourbon lover. And they go through and they talk about how they age it in a level 3 charred Missouri white oak barrel that is non-chill filtered. And what's really interesting is how they blend this with different barrels on different floors in their 7-story rick houses. And like I said, it goes through that and it's too long to read, but go to the website. It's quite fascinating. And if you go to the bottom, there's a little button that says Distiller's Journal. And if you click on that, read on the side of your bottle when it was bottled. And you can match that up in their Distiller's Journal, and you can go and see a lot of information about where the bourbon came from. In other words, what floors it came off of. In this case, it was majority of it was off of floor 4, with others on 3, 2, and 5. And they tell you all that in there, and they tell you what the proof was going in, and a little bit about how they swap the barrels around. And it's quite fascinating. Like I said, you need to, I haven't even read it all myself yet because it's like too much like, wow, that's a lot of shit to read. I know the Ben Holladay is very affordable. I think it was in the 50s. We'll put the price on the bottom of the screen. But for a 6-year-old bottled in bond that is, you know, their own distillation, yeah, I think it's a pretty good price. We'll see if it's a pretty good taste. So let's put this over here and get right into the nose. See what it thinks. Well, I get that, you know, traditional bourbon, molasses, brown sugar. Definitely some oak going on there. Some baking spice. Doesn't smell real spicy. A little bit oaky. Maybe a little bit of vanilla and caramel coming through. Smells nice. Cheers. You don't taste the proof at all, even though it's 100. It's a very smooth sipper. It's not peppery up front. You do get some light baking spice. You do get some sweetness. But a whole lot of just traditional bourbon flavor. I mean, what you like in a bourbon, why you like bourbon, why you're here watching me here tonight, that's what you get in this Ben Holladay. No finishes to it, nothing odd, nothing different. If you're a bourbon lover and like a good bottled in bond, this may be something you want to consider. Let's take another sip. I'm already in my brain, as small as it is, already comparing it to some of my other bourbons on the shelf back here. It is good. It seems to have a very good balance of sweetness, spice, oakiness. Nothing is like fighting for the top, fighting for your attention. It's all like, hey, I'm here. Enjoy it. It is very good. Anytime I try a bourbon, I'm taking a risk like, oh, well, I don't like Missouri bourbon, or I don't like Texas bourbon. Well, I've been surprised lately. Come to find out, I like Missouri bourbon and Texas bourbon. I guess I can go anywhere in the South now, can I? Take another sip. It's hard to explain the taste other than say it's a good traditional bourbon. A little bit of sweetness with that molasses brown sugar, some caramel, maybe butterscotch a little bit in there, vanilla, nice light baking spices. The finish doesn't last real long, but it's a slightly sweet and slightly spiced finish. Nothing objectionable. In fact, it's very nice. I think if it coated more, it would probably last a little longer, but I'm not complaining. It's good. It just doesn't have a real long finish to it. But the palate is wonderful. Well, let's take another sip and we'll go to final thoughts. Final thoughts. Well, this surprised me. I looked up on my phone, believe it or not, don't laugh. I actually have a database on my phone of all the bourbons I have in the whiskey vault and back here on the shelf. I can't keep track of them. I paid $57.99 for this bourbon, and it's about the price that I would expect for the quality of the bourbon I get. I like that $40 to $60 range. I live in that $40 to $60 range in a lot of the bourbons that I enjoy daily. Now, I've got a lot more expensive bourbons that, are weekend sippers and special occasions, but my daily sippers, that 40 to 60 is where I really live, and this would definitely fall within that. Now, I don't know what the MSRP is on whether that price I paid for it is a good price. You could shop around. I don't think it's certainly not allocated, but you might find it for a little bit less, but I wouldn't be too worried about it. I think it's a good value for the money. And as I was drinking it, there's a lot of bourbons that it reminds me of that is a good quality basic bourbon. And, some of them are craft bourbons, some of them are the big distilleries. But the bourbon that I could probably most compare this to is one of my favorite daily sippers, and it's right up here. That would be the Bibb & Tucker 6-year. Now, not the double char. I love the double char, but that's a finished bourbon. The Bibb & Tucker 6-year is very comparable to the Ben Holladay. I would say that's so comparable, if you couldn't find one, get the other, and I think you'd be very happy. I'm happy having both of them. I love the Bibb & Tucker, and I can tell you tonight, I'm really impressed with the Ben Holladay. So let's move this out of the way, and that brings us to our recommendation system, our ranking, 1 through 5, 1 being, turn off that damn cheers sign and go and get that bourbon right now. Or 5, don't bother, drink it only if it's free. I would tell you, this surprised me. It is a good bourbon. I don't think you need to go and get it right now, but I do think it's a level 2. I think it's something that you would enjoy. I think you'd like adding it to your collection, and you may find out that some of their other bourbons, like their, the red wheat? Soft red wheat, I think. And if this cask strength is available, you may want to try them as well. So this is a good start getting into the Ben Holladay lineup. For me, I'm certainly going to get and find the others and put them on the channel. So tonight, a level 2 recommendation. I think it should be your next purchase. So please like this video and comment and share and hit that subscribe button so we can buy more silly signs like this in the back and bring you good content. Is what it's all about in it. Bringing you good, fresh content. So never drink and drive. Always drink responsibly. And we'll see you next time. Tonight, we crack open the Ben Holladay Missouri Bourbon Whiskey. Oh, that's funny. It's a screw cap. Tonight, we crack open the Ben Holladay Missouri. Tonight, we crack open the Ben Holladay Missouri Bourbon Whiskey. Welcome to the show.